big game tonight. No messing about. It's not focusing and I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Focus! Man, I really should have read the rule book on this camera before I bought it and started using it 2 years ago. There we go. I changed something and now it's working again. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Basically, I don't understand how this camera works entirely. Changed mode of panic there for a little bit because I thought we were never going to get that back. But I tell you, it's fine. It's literally fine. So tonight then, boys and girls, we have got a grudge match that goes back centuries. It's more about 14 months, but spanned over, well, 3 and a bit seasons now. Out of 3 seasons that have preceded this, we obviously won the first one. They won the previous one, and BFSB won the one in the middle. But we've been in and around the top 2 basically for the entire time we've been in the Astrodome, as have FC Snoozemia, who are our opponents tonight. It's be too easy. Chris Wright.
How are you?
Premier League season, mate, just around the corner. Who do you support and where are they going to finish?
Unfortunately, I support a team in the Championship.
Ah, irrelevant then. Greg.
Hello.
Quick fire question.
Go.
We all know you're a West Ham fan.
Yeah.
Well, we don't all know that. I know that. Steve knows that. Everybody else here knows that. Where are we finishing this season, please?
8th.
Alex Lockwood.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Who do you support?
Man U.
Well, put it this way,
Decent.
apparently.
Why?
I read on Twitter that we offer
They used to be the
4.5
best
million.
team.
Where are they finishing this season? That's the important
What
question.
the fuck are you doing? I want him. So they went, okay, we'll pay the 8.
I want to say 6th, but if they don't get another striker,
I've seen a link with a CV.
I don't want to say it a little bit lower.
Okay, that's nice to hear actually a reasonable Man United fan.
No, I left my boots at Emma's house, so I had to put a different pair.
What's wrong with these ones?
A bit leery, isn't they?
Not very leery. I've actually got a Larry pair that I wasn't brave enough to wear, they're bright orange.
Mate, wear them. What about Larry boots here?
Gede Mel gave them to me.
Steve, mate, you're a proper football supporter. Who do you support?
West Ham.
Yeah, lovely West Ham, any old iron. Where are they going to finish, mate? It's the question.
I fancy 8th.
You fancy 8th?
At least, I reckon. This
Okay.
year. If we ever don't get screwed by injuries, I reckon
Yeah.
we'll be good.
I did a little table predictor earlier and I said 10th because that's just the easy choice to make.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's well within our reach.
Oh yeah, yeah, 10th minimum.
I've heard people on Twitter, mate, and we all know what Twitter's like, but
God.
people saying that we've got a top 6 team. Who do you support?
Manchester United.
Where are they finishing in the league?
First.
Right, Mitch. Oh God. Quick question. Who do you support? Exactly. I love how many West Ham fans there are in this team. Where are they finishing this season?
6th.
6th. Ooh.
Early doors.
I've got a lot on my locker instead.
That's just keepy uppies.
Don't knock it. That's the limit of my ability.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's even a thing. That's a handball, is what that is. You're here, mate.
I'm here, yeah.
I wasn't going to believe it until I saw it, and now I've seen it.
When you saw the thing about pulling out, I was like, oh, I'm not pulling out.
I was just waiting for you. Oh my God, I'm falling over.
I was like, I'm not pulling out, you can get so much stick, it's not worth it.
Quick question, Sam. Because you support a Premier League team, don't you?
Yeah.
I think they're apparently bringing out a new film.
Why?
Yeah, they're going to do a new one.
Actually, they weren't going to
What's going on?
What's his face?
Got more money. Got more money than Ipswich.
Who do you support, Sammy boy?
West Ham.
West Ham, good boy.
Lions.
And where are they going to come in the Premier League this season?
I said it.
You've gone 8th.
Gone 8th, yeah.
And Sleet, Premier League season just around the corner, mate.
know where my team
Who do you support and where are they going to finish in the Prem?
I support Manchester City, and I reckon they've got a good chance of finishing in the top 2.
Cool, decent.
West Ham.
He's an Ipswich fan. They're in League One. He's just embarrassed to say it. So anyway, yes, just before the game, and I'm actually delighted to announce that for probably the first time ever in MHFC history, we've got an unchanged squad for a game. So last week I technically was in the squad but didn't play because I was feeling a slight tweak, and obviously I wasn't needed. Tonight might be the same thing. But yeah, unchanged lineup for the Mongolian Horses FC against FC Snoozemia coming up. Look who turned up. Classic Snoozemia. So yes then guys, a last minute arrival then for FC Snoozemia in the form of Jack from Heybridge Swifts, and this will be his first appearance for the season as well, and surprise surprise, it's come against us. That just goes to show you how big a game FC Snoozemia know that this is, and like I mentioned in the pre-match vlog, an unchanged squad for us as well, back-to-back weeks with the same squad, but hopefully for us will provide that bit of continuity we need as we get the game underway. MHFC of course kicking from left to right in this first half, and we start off with some nice one-touch passing around the back as well. Very composed from us there until we finally obviously give it away, but we had a good 5 or 6 passes there. I'm quite happy with that. Snoozemia on the ball, and we see Jack for the first time. Lockie trying to get tight on him, but he manages to skip away, coming forward down the right hand side, and a bit of a casual pass from him sloppily goes off for a goal kick. Grez with that goal kick, but it's a poor one straight to Jack, and he can turn up and look to stand up. Chris Wright manages to get the shot away, and that has just flashed past the far post there. Grez really getting away with one there. As we see us coming forward with it now, and again we've been tackled, and Snoozemia can look to break on us. This is definitely where they're very dangerous, especially with the pace of this man on the left hand side who manages to keep that in, looking for an option in the middle, cuts it back. Sam just misses it. Jack on the ball again, gets the shot away and just wide of the near post this time. Surprisingly, their best player looking the most dangerous for them at the minute. As again we try and come forwards and get something going, but again their players just nipped in and they can look to come and break away again, skipping past a couple of players and cleared down on this left hand side, cuts the ball across, and wow, that cannot have been far away from that far post. Really good pressure early on from Snoozemia as we finally get a chance going forward, and that's the first time we've really shown any real threat, and in the end it was a poor shot there from Alex Lockwood. Snoozemia coming forwards again, and they've got numbers out on this far side, look to get it across, and Chris right there, lovely last ditch little block there to stop the ball going through to the back stick, and the ball's given away, but Creasy looking to come and break, and it's trodden the ball and he's ended up giving it away, coming through to Jack, gets the shot away. Grez barely moved in goal there, and that's come off the far post. We've really been riding our luck so far in this first half as we look to try and calm things down through Chris Wright now, who does very well to dodge a ball there, fired back at him from Jack from Heybridge Swifts actually, I think that was, and plays it calmly across to Creasy, but no time for an attack as the half-time whistle blows, and it's got to be said at half-time we're very lucky to be going in at 0-0. Just a quick word at half-time then about our charity sponsors, YoungMinds UK. They're a charity that deal with mental health issues within the community, so a great cause. Donate, links are down below. Into the second half then, and we'll be trying to change the pattern of this game, because so far it only looks like one team are going to be winning it, but we've been lucky enough to come into the second half 0-0, still in the game, and we can try and build from here. As you see, a good flick early on, but Chris Wright doing very, very well there to get there ahead of Jack and seeing the ball out. Quick throw into Mitchell Nash, who's on the pitch now, managed to skip past one player, lovely little bit of skill to get past two, and this is the kind of impetus we need. Out to me on the far side, get the ball into Matt Creasy, and not quite the person you want there in that position. You want a Lockie or an Ansley or a Mitchell Nash in that position, not really a Creasy, and unfortunately he doesn't get anything on it. As Jack comes forward now, gets the shot away, and Chris Wright, who else is there to make the block? He's been sensational so far in this game, and a massive reason as to why we haven't conceded a goal yet. But Snoozemia can look to come forwards down this side, and it's a good block. The ball bouncing around, and Matt Creasy can put his foot on it, calm it down and play it into me. A little bit of a flick out to Nash, not quite what I wanted, but we managed to get away with it, and Creasy coming forwards with it again, playing it to Sam on the right hand side. It's positive, it's a lot more positive than it was in the first half. It comes back up to me, get it across, hoping for any kind of little flick in there, but in the end it does go out for a corner. Slightly more positive for Mongolian Horses FC so far in the second half. And now again we're just working our way a bit further up the pitch and really have managed to work our way back into this game. The ball coming into Ansley and just playing it off, just trying to get these passes and get players to get touches on the ball. And Chris Wright now very far up the pitch, trying to put a bit of impetus into it. It comes back to Matt Creasy, who's going to wind one up. He hits it, the keeper spills it, and it comes back up towards Nash, but the keeper does very well to get another hand on it. And in the end, Snoozemia can clear, and a bouncing ball at the back there. Sam trying to deal with it, but he's let it bounce a couple of times. That's a rookie mistake there from Sam, but he manages to stand up well and gets a tackle in and coming away with it. Good perseverance there from Sammy Temps. As we now coming forward again with the ball into Lockie, and again it's a good block by the defender into Ansley. Now winds up show, plays at the back post to Alex Lockwood, and oh my god, you would put your house on him scoring from there, but the keeper has managed to get a block in it from literally a couple of metres out. The keeper's actually ended up sitting on the ball. Not a normal keeper, it's got to be said as well, so that's a great save from him. It looked like a certain goal, but that stayed out, and that was the opportunity there to get ourselves a little nose in front there. but as it stands still 0-0. Jack then for FC Snoozemia flicking it round Lockwood, and now their other player can come forward, and a nice little forward roll there for Maddox Lockwood. A little bit of handbags, but nothing really in it. It does end up with an FC Snoozemia free kick, which they take into the feet of Jack, which they have been doing all game, and Chris Wright one-on-one with him again, and again Chris Wright gets the better of him, but it's broken out to the edge of the box, and the deflected effort ends up in the bottom corner minutes after we probably should have scored ourselves. The ball comes out to the player on the edge, hits it, it comes off the foot there of Alex Lockwood, and Grez can do nothing about that. And it's got to be said, fair enough, on the first half they deserve it, but the second half we'd been on top, and it's really been unfortunate for us to find ourselves 1-0 down. As once again Chris Wright comes out the better of a one-on-one situation with Jack, following him out to the edge of the box, and you tell Jack doesn't fancy that battle anymore, and he just lays it off to this left-hand side, who plays it down the corner, looks for the ball, and again, and Chris Wright's there, and he's just decided he's going to tackle everyone by himself. Oh my God, I completely forgot that that guy did that. But yes, bottom line, Chris Wright has been sensational today, as we see throwing a little bit of a rush there, but a rush clearance as well by the FC Snoozemia defender, sees it come out to this near side, and they can look to come forward on it, but Alex Lockwood's won it hard at the pitch, gets the shot across, and again it's blocked out to the edge, and Mitch Nash on his weaker foot cannot find the target, and really running down into the final seconds of the game now. We need something special. We're going to get ahead, and a little ball behind Ansley. He does manage to deal with it well though, looking for the ball around the corner. Nash does well to keep it in, but can't find it into the box, and that would be our final chance of the game then. So a 1-0 loss to our main rivals in FC Snoozemia. Not really what we wanted, and quite a low scoring day around the league as well. That you can see a draw at the, well, 2 draws at the top there. A 3-0 win for New Boys Kushti. BFSB back to old winning ways with a 3-0 win and a draw down the bottom there for Best Boys. And as we have a look at the table then, obviously it's early days, but that does push us down now into a bit of a mid-table position. 5th we sit. We are 2 points off the lead, and next week we are playing against current 4th place team Delph and Safety. It's annoying because I want to say loads of things, but I'm only going to say a few things really. Their team has been completely different this season, and then when you know that you're playing against a team who will play every other game or 75% of the other games in the league with a completely different team out, and then obviously when they come and play against you, they bring a ringer along, who, let's face it, Jack is a ringer. Yeah, he played for them last season, but he is a ringer. Comes in when they feel they need him to help him out, and he was their main player, and they had one game plan tonight, which was punt the ball long to Jack and see what he could do with it. And in fairness, that's not the reason we lost the game, and that's probably what's the annoying thing, because Chris Wright absolutely had him in his pocket tonight. I'm not going to lie. Defending the absolute pants off him, didn't get a shot away really against Chris all night. Absolutely unreal. And Chris Wright was probably the one player tonight who can go home knowing that they didn't do anything wrong at all. But we still lost the game, so why did we lose the game? It's fair to say we didn't have anything going forwards. We were rushing our passes, we were playing too much long ball, and I think we were really focused defensively, because obviously when you've got a player of Jack's quality coming in, you know that you're going to have a hard game. And like I said, Creasy as well helping out. Chris, it wasn't just all Chris. Creasy helping out, Steve helping out, Sam helping out as well. Yeah, did unbelievably well against him. But then when we were going forward, it meant we didn't really have the options. We only kind of had 2 up top at most points. A lot of long ball coming up there, which wasn't the fault of Grez or anything like that. It's part to do with movement as well, and other players getting up to support the front men. But then we had the best chance of the game. I've absolutely no idea how the keeper managed to say that. Got stuck between his arse and the floor. And I think if that goes in, we win that game. And unfortunately, it goes down the other end. Deflected shot off Lockie, ends up in the bottom corner. And then obviously we're going to struggle. The first game in that goal was always going to be unbelievably important. And I think that's probably why it's more annoying than anything else. It's not the fact that they can call up on a semi-pro whenever they want. And it's not the fact that we played not particularly well, not played up to our standards. It's the fact that despite all those things, we know that we probably still should have won that game. So Steve. You've been around Mongolian Horse FC since the beginning.
OG. Yes.
You are an OG. And that was... Everyone was at each other a bit in that game, weren't they?
Yeah.
That was a bit aggressive. Obviously we lost, which is probably why everyone was doing that, but they were doing that throughout the game, and it's not going to... It's definitely not one of the best performances we've ever done, but where do you point the blame? What do you think was wrong with that?
I don't think only one thing's to blame. I think it was a standard Mongolian horses thing where
we talk it up before the match. We don't start amazingly well as we think we could do. One pass goes wrong, someone loses their head, then everyone else loses their head. Where, as we were talking afterwards, when we decided to play, we could have made a couple of goals. Their keeper made a good save, which would have made it 1-0 to us, and then they got a lucky goal from a deflection, basically. But I think the frustration's more, we know we can do better, and we should do better.
Yeah, technically we do. We should have 19 more games.
Yeah, so that's more than enough games for them to drop points. So still a long season, but well, let's just hope this is the low point and it only gets better.
Right, we're live.
We're live.
Oh God.
What do I normally do with my tongue? I'm not sure.
What do I do with my hands?